Alright, YouTube. I'm currently trying to get some work for tomorrow. My customer, they need 2 trailers moved, so he just hit me up 5 p.m. He said, okay, I'll try to get them sent tonight. If not, it'll be first thing in the morning. Boom. Okay, so we just got the money for tomorrow, for Friday. Getting paid $1,200 for tomorrow to work from Fleet Equipment. They open at 8 a.m. They close at 4. So 8 to 4, $1,200. How much do I spend in fuel? I'm probably gonna fill up the whole left side tank. Well, I'm gonna fill it up, but it's not on empty. So maybe between $100 to $200. So then 3% goes to factoring. Easy day, light day, easy mode. Well, medium, because I had to see it's medium mode because it's an extra step to it. I had to see if I was on easy mode, I wouldn't have to have to talk and get to work. Miss Charlie would already have my assignment for me. Even though that was easy though, just an email. But anyways, there's a company that I made. Okay, let me just start all over. Showed y'all some oil field settlements. Y'all saw the name of the company. I'm familiar with the company. When I was working at Horizon, which is the people I bought my pneumatic trailer from, this company was around. Now, I'm not gonna say the company name. If you want to see the company name, just go back to the live feed where I showed the settlements, and it's right there on the settlement. But they had been around since then. They still in business. They're a legitimate company, and I've been talking to the owner, all day. I even asked him, I said, hey man, is it worth it for me to reinvest in another blower? And he says it's not worth it because it's hard for them to find pneumatic work in the oil field. And even if I did invest in it, if they had to work, the difference between the power only guys and the guys with the blower is only about $1,000 difference. It's not worth it. And I said, cool, okay, because at minimum, $7,500 is how much it's gonna cost me to put a blower on, and that's $7,500 per truck. But for me to do power only work, that don't cost anything. Just drive the truck down there and hook up to one of their trailers, and that's it. My minimum is $3,500. That's my minimum a week that I'm looking to take home if I was to go out there, lease on to their company. That way I ain't gotta find the oil field, work all that, pay them 18%. And the deductions I saw on that paper, totally fine. $3,500 is that's the minimum to be a local driver, driving my 1997. They accept any age truck, time sheets, work however you want to work, 24 hours. Okay, I'm cool with all that. All that sounds fine because that's how it was when I was in the oil field. All I'm responsible for is the maintenance on my truck, and I got a 12.7. I have to contact my mechanic, my Mego mechanic Manny. I'm gonna ask him, is he still a mechanic out there in the area? And if he say yeah, then boom, I already got a mechanic. I'm gonna see if my shop, I'm gonna look right now and see if my shop is still in business out there. Usually all work I get done, Manny do, he my mobile mechanic. But if it's something that he can't do, then I have a shop that I go to. It's not Freightliner. I don't mind taking my truck to Freightliner, but it's a wait, you put a truck in, Freightliner, it may be 2 weeks before they can get to you because it's only one Freightliner out there in the oil field. But okay, let me see, Odessa, Midland. I think my shop is in Odessa. There it is. Is that it right there? Okay, I think this is the shop. Yep, they say they're still there. Yep, they appear to still be there. 2864 Colwell Road, Odessa, Texas. MRE Trucking and Mechanics. Trucking. Do they got their own truck shop now? So yeah, for all y'all that just ain't got no type of connections, maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. Let it focus. There you go. Does it focus? Okay. That's the only. Wait, is that the mechanic though? Okay, yeah, that's the mechanic. Okay, let me just zoom in on the building. Okay, that's the mechanic. My other mechanic, he in prison. He was my mechanic during the daytime, and at nighttime he was the leader of the cartel. So he was moving a lot of weight. For all y'all to know who my mechanic used to be, if y'all remember, I'll remind y'all. I used to pull up to a mechanic shop, and there used to be this dog that used to always come up to the door. The dog was almost tall as my shoulders. That mechanic right there, yeah, he in prison. I knew when he was working on my trucks that he was moving weight, but he was a real good mechanic, and I didn't care because it didn't have nothing to do with me. I just mind my business. He didn't speak not one word of English, not one word. And he was one of the best mechanics I had. He the one that put in the transmission to the $15,000 flat top. He did my clutch. He kept that engine running. And me and him, you know, he don't speak English. But he got another worker that translate. You know, I tell the guy what I need done, and he translated to the mechanic. The mechanic do the work. And I always paid the guy cash. I mean, so, but yeah, if I was to lease on to them, of course my authority still be going. That ain't even no question. But $3,500 is the minimum. $4,000 to $5,000 to be what I'm looking to net every week, like clockwork. Okay, I'm seeing on the settlements they have 5,000, doing about, you know, about three loads a day. Some days 2 loads, but I don't have a slow truck no more. Got 12.7 souped up, ready to go. The reason why I would consider this over just me doing DAT load board is because me being leased on to this guy and just being power only, I can drop my classic off, put a drive in now, I can come back get the blue truck, and I can drive the blue truck, and then if I want to, I can come get the flat top and bring the flat top down there. That's the reason for it, is because I can easily add my trucks on, and the numbers is down. I mean, I look at it like this. Say the truck I drive, I'm netting, let's just take it on the high end, 5,000. I got to drive over here. After all deductions, it's only 4,000 left. I pay him 2, I keep 2. I got a third truck, same thing, 4,000, 2 and 2. That would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be 9,000 a week net for me. That's like 36,000 a month take home out of that 36,000 a month. Of course, I have repairs probably every month. It'll all be minor stuff though. You know, we not rebuilding engines in the oil field. It would be probably tires, shots, a lot of oil changes, coolant flushes, coolant hoses being busted off, AC going out, you know, stuff like that. But it ain't gonna be every week we rebuilding the engine like how you guys probably think. I understand, ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's what I'm thinking about doing. Not saying it's gonna happen, you know. I told you, waiting on me, you know. I'm the type of guy that's gonna tell you a bunch of ideas. I'm gonna tell you about buying the rehab houses. Then I'm gonna tell you about the repo truck. Then I'm gonna tell you about something else. And then you're gonna see all this background, and one day you're gonna wake up and it's gonna be a totally different background. And you're gonna be asking me all these, well, Andrew, what you doing? Where you at? Hold on, Andrew, how much? It's gonna be too late. Too late. phone gonna be disconnected. You ain't gonna have no way. I already, you know, a lot of people I ain't talking to. You know, his phone is on silent. Cause I know, man, when the money come in, shoot. Nah, to be honest though, I would have been there Monday, but I told y'all, family is going on vacation to Vegas for Labor Day. That's the end of this month. They want me to go. I'll see about that, man. It's not that I don't want to go to Vegas. I want to go to Vegas. It's just the dates that they're going is what I don't like. I don't like the dates that they're going. If I go to Vegas, I want to go for the weekend, not for the weekdays. But I'll figure that out. Out of $1,200 tomorrow, if I put $200 in the tank and get factoring 3%, I'm still like $900+. So it's not a big deal. It's just easy money, man. Easy money. Let me run it on the low end. Let me run it on the low end. Them numbers right quick. Let me say. Shoot, I ain't got all the deductions added up though. Okay, let me do it this way. 3,500 is the minimum. So let's just say the other two trucks, they slacking, they just 3,500 a week. If I pay them, let's say 1,800, that'll be 17 for me. No, that'd be too high. If they slacking like that, they'll probably be around 1,500, because you pay drivers a percentage of the truck. If the truck gross, for example, $8,000, usually they pay 25%. So 25%, that's $2,000. Okay, and I saw if the truck gross 8,000, I would net 5,000. I wouldn't have no problem out of that 5,000 paying the driver $2,000. I win, the driver win. The driver don't care nothing about how old the truck is, and none of that. They don't care nothing about none of that, because they $2,000 easy local work. And see, I own the truck. They go on vacation all they want. You see how long these trucks been just sitting? You think if I care if a driver want to go home a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, bro? I don't care. It costs me nothing to sit the trucks now. Nothing. Okay. Okay, it does cost me something, but it's so insignificant. It's $100 a month, okay? If you just want to know how much I pay for parking, $100 a month. You want to know how I get the $100? I go film a video for the month, and that gives me $100. Okay, that's 8,000 gross. Let me bring it down to 6,000 times 25%. Okay, $1,500. So if the truck gross 6,000, driver get 1,500. How much would I be left with? Probably 2,000. I don't know, because I can't calculate, you know. I don't know what the deductions are. I don't have them in front of me. Let me see if I can pull up and see. Oh, actually, I do got the deductions in front of me. The deductions are $340 plus 70. That's $411 plus 300 trailer. 4, 5, 6, 7, 711. 711 minus fuel. Fuel would be about. Let me bring the calculator back up right quick. 6,000 minus 711. We say like 1,500 in fuel. That's $37.89. Pay the driver $1,500. Yeah, I still take 2,000. I still take 2,000. I win, the driver win. It's just power only. I'll be responsible for the maintenance of the truck. I already got tire shops, mobile mechanic, real shop. I buy all my parts from Freightliner because I got a Freightliner. The drivers would go. So this is how I would do it. The first driver would go in the Classic. The second driver would go in the blue truck. You know, this is if I hit all 3 trucks running. First driving the Classic, second driving the blue truck, I'd be in the flat top. I'd be the only one to drive the flat top. I wouldn't put nobody else in it because it's small, it's uncomfortable, and the other trucks are faster. See, I need the other drivers, let them run it up. See, I need to, I'll be the turtle. I'm behind. I'm watching from a distance, okay? So that's what I do. Always the first driver go in the Classic, then I go in the blue truck. Then once I decide to bring the white truck out, if the money's still flowing, then that's when I go in the blue truck. I go in the white truck, and you know. So that's, there you have it, man. What's the potential income for me? Okay, let's just say, you know, I'm at 4,000 for the truck I drive, and then I'm getting 2,000 off the other 2 trucks. Let's do it that way. 4,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000. It's 8,000 a week. That's running for 3 weeks. It's 24,000. Let's just say for whatever reason, the well is down on the 4th week. Let's not do that. Let's just run it for a whole 4 weeks. 8,000 times 4. The potential is 32,000. And that 2,000, that's if they grow 6,000. See, I got their numbers lower. If they grow 6, and I pay them 25%, they get 1,500. I get 2,000. If they do 8, like what's on these settlements, they get 2,000. 5,000. Let me see. 5,000. Pay them 2. Oh, then I get 3,000. So it will obviously be, you know, good for me to push them. Something to think about. No women around. We ain't gonna be no arguing, no fighting. I'm in full control. Can hire or fire these drivers. Although I'm not looking to, fire nobody, you know, because if I hire you, I'm going to train you on how to get the money. I know how to get the money. That's the easy part. You know. Yeah, it's just something for me to think about, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I just thought I'd come on here with a bunch of talk, because that's all this is, a bunch of talk. For all my clothing supplies out there, don't forget, hit the email. Okay, hit the email. I didn't know it was a lot of people outside the truck and they watch me. Hit the email. We accepting big packages. Bring, everything you want to ship, start shipping. You know what I'm talking about? All right, y'all.